Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some
Nick
fun.
Collier here again. We have another project. This one's interesting for a different reason. A guy calls me up from Oregon, which is, probably 500-600 miles from here, and says, I've got this shaft. I need it to be built, and can you do it? And I said, yes, of course. So after our conversation went back and forth several times, it turns out he's also a YouTube presenter, and I guess that he rebuilds Caterpillar tractors and videos that. So we got to talking about it, and we're going to kind of team up on this one, and I'm going to build the piece and send him the video or send him something, and he's going to install it, and we're going to kind of time it so that you, the viewer, can go back and forth from myself to him. And you can look down below here and get his link to this exact video, in fact, but also a link to his channel. So hey, we're going to get started here. We've got some machining to do, we've got heat treating, and we've got some coming back and surface grinding. So hang in there, we're going to have a good time. So thinking about this for maybe the last week or so, waiting for him to send me the shaft and waiting for McMaster to send me the raw materials, I thought it might be best to put this between centers so that I can flip it, and also so that I can take it off, do a heat treatment, and put it back on and be exactly where I want it to be. So what we're going to do, because I'm all set up, I set up on another job, which was cool because it's all set up and ready to go. All I got to do is adjust the width, which I can with the extra room on my tailstock, and get started. So what we're going to do is take this over to the small lathe and drill a couple of centers. Okay, well, we got everything set up. First thing we want to do is make sure that this is fairly centered before we cut our center drill. Boy, that's pretty much right on the money. And we have about an 1/8 of an inch. It's an 1/8 of an inch too big, so there's no problem there. Okay, so we're just gonna take it on in. I think what I want to do also is use a larger center. Not that we're going to be doing any heavy work. Come on. There we go. Okay. Tighten this up a little bit more. Now, And one side of this needs to be drilled out. So we'll just plan on that at some point. And that one wasn't so lucky. Oop. There we go. Now we're working with 4140, so it's a little tougher than normal. A little bit more maybe. That's looking good. All right, let's take it over to the big lathe and see what we got. Okay, I just remembered in order to get my lathe dog to fit, I need to turn one end down here. And, you know, we have the ability to turn it down because this end of the shaft is going to be much smaller. So, Spring fever. Let's go ahead and take this down to within an approximate of what we want. And we're looking at 1,370. So we'll take it down to 1,400. Let's take it down to 1,420. All right. Didn't leave enough room for the carriage. And we're going to go to, and we're just doing approximates here because all we really need is to be able to get the lathe dog in place. So I'm thinking like somewhere right in there. Okay. Okay, so remembering that this lathe is weak as a kitten, we're going to just take it down far enough for the dog to fit, and we'll call it a day right there. Looks like another pass or two. There we go. That's good enough. Well, let's go back over to the big lathe where we can actually take some meat off of this. Okay, so let's get this between centers. Drop that in there. Back this up a bit. Ouch! It's hot. Bring our dog in. Tighten that up. Okay, and I think that might actually do the trick. Well, damn it. Already we got a problem. My tailstock is not far enough back to allow the carriage to get back to here. Now I could just drag this whole thing back, but I think that's not gonna work out. So we bring the carriage or the tailstock back, which throws our center off, which isn't a disaster, it's just a pain. And then that's probably going to get us what we want right there. Okay. And a pain because now I've got to reset the whole thing up. So all right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, we're a bit tapered. Maybe 3/1000ths. So, and I'm not sure, since we're going to have to adjust all of this anyhow, I'm thinking I want to put my extended chuck on this, because I know this part of the bed is pretty worn. And we put the extended chuck on, we're in a part of the bed that hasn't been used as much. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and switch everything, and we'll come back to this. So take that. All right, so as you see, we've extended ourselves beyond the really badly worn part. I mean, this lathe was made in 1954, so it's got some wear to it. I mean, it's an old workhorse, but accuracy, I mean, the kind of accuracy we need is not in the books. So we back this up, and we need to readjust where your view, because you're not going to see much. So we'll be back. Okay, there's more adjustment to make, but for the time being, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape here. We're going to reset our cone. Okay, we're sitting at 1,000ths. And of course, this isn't the end. I'm going to come in and skim that just to make sure that we're right on the money. And we need to rotate. Okay. We're not going to use that roughing bit. Let's get something a little smoother in here. All right, well, we missed a little bit up here on the top, and you can kind of see just a bit of a shadow right there. But we're never going to use the center up here, so it doesn't really matter that much. So we'll clean this off really good, and we're going to come in and put a little high pressure lube in here. And we're going to clean the other one off too, the other side. And you can't see that, but we're putting some high pressure lube on that too. All right, now we're somewhat back in business. And I think it's time to readjust our camera angle so that you can see everything. Okay, that's a little better, huh? Let's see what we come up with here. Oh, I want to get this turned back around. All right. Looks like it's a little bit rough. Maybe I got a chip in the end of this bit. But we'll get a measurement. So we're sitting at 579. And this side is 580 and a half. So we're too small on this side. No problem. Now the question is can my, because this is a little bit thinner insert, is my holder going to be able to hang on to it? Looks like it. Snug that up. Snug both of those up. We're set to go. Let's see what we got. Much nicer cut, and the reality of it is that I'm running this at medium speed too. So let's see what we got now. We have 550, 559. And 561, so we're pretty close. Okay, now we're going to come back to a much slower pace and see what we can come up with there. A slower travel pace. Okay, much smoother feeling, but not smoother looking.